हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू वावाईएस। वेलकम टू द डेली एमसीक्यू डिस्कशन। आज है 15 मई 2021 और अब हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं आज का 5 एमसीक्यूज। सो बिफोर वी बिगिन आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू अबाउट दिस 5 एमसीक्यू इनिशिएटिव। सो डेली we are posting 5 MCQs in our Telegram channel. Okay, so at the end of the day, we are going to post the solutions along with the video of the 5 MCQs. And these MCQs mostly are based on the current issues. Mostly are based on the current issues. Okay, we are following the same format. Okay, the way in which UPSC will frame questions. What UPSC will do is they will take a current issue and they will try to make different statements, okay, based on the current issue, and some statements will be of a static part and some statements will be of the current part. So using the same format, we are also trying to frame questions, and this format is definitely going to help you because आप सभी को पता है प्रीलिम्स के लिए करंट अफेयर्स इज एज इम्पोर्टेंट एज द स्टैटिक पार्ट। ठीक है, तो इन सबको मिलके हम आपको प्रैक्टिस के लिए 5 एमसीक्यूज पर डे दे रहे हैं। ठीक है, इवन इफ यू आर नॉट प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर प्रीलिम्स एट दिस मोमेंट, यू डू इफ यू आर डूइंग योर मेंस एंड एवरीथिंग आल्सो, आप इस इनिशिएटिव फॉलो करके डेली 5 एमसीक्यू सिर्फ 10 मिनट का काम है, आप कर सकते हैं। और शाम को सोल्यूशन भी आपको हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल पर मिलेगा। ठीक है, तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। So before we begin, I would like to inform you, I would like to just remind you about the initiatives that we at WowIS have launched. WowIS has launched the Vision का prelims test series summary and Vision का PT3 summary. So in summary से क्या होगा कि आपका रिवीजन बहुत अच्छा से होगा. You will be able to revise in a much better way because as you know, revision is very key for the prelims examination. So to make things a bit easier for you because you have a lot of things to study and all, we have launched this summary initiative. Okay, so do join our Telegram group whose details I've given in the description. Okay, so in our Telegram group, you're definitely going to find these summaries in the JPG format. But if you need the summaries in PDF format, okay, then do subscribe to the course whose details I've given here and also they are available in the Telegram channel. ठीक है, तो चलिए अभी शुरू करते हैं। The first question. The first question is about the International Social Security Agency. So consider the following statements with respect to International Social Security Agency. First statement: it promotes excellence in security administration through professional guidance, expert knowledge services, support, etc. Second statement: it is founded under the auspices of UNHRC. So हमें यहाँ पे correct statement choose करना है। Correct statement: A one only, B two only, C both one and two, D neither one nor two. You have to choose the correct answer. So if you see the first statement, it promotes excellence in social security administration through professional guidance, expert knowledge, service, support, etc. So this is a very generalistic statement. तो एक क्वेश्चन है इंटरनेशनल सोशल सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी के बारे में। तो हम जनरली भी इवन इफ वी डोंट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट दिस आईएसएसए, हम जनरल भी एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं कि यह है एक इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। और इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्या करते हैं, इन सभी उस मेन कॉन्सेप्ट को प्रमोट करने के लिए, प्रमोट एक्सेलेंस इन दैट कॉन्सेप्ट इज व्हाट इट विल वर्क फॉर। तो इस आईएसएसए भी इसी चीज के लिए काम करते हैं। तो द स्टेटमेंट वन विल बी राइट, द स्टेटमेंट वन इज राइट। Let's see the second statement. It was founded under the UNHRC. UNHRC means it's a human rights commission. It's a human rights commission, UN human rights. So आप कहीं पे देखा क्या कि सोशल सिक्योरिटी और ह्यूमन राइट्स के रिलेशन है क्या? सोशल सिक्योरिटी और ह्यूमन राइट्स के बीच कुछ रिलेशन है क्या? The answer is no. Social security is different from the human rights. The social security generally comes under the labor ministry and the concept of labor. So we have a UN organization called the International Labour Organization. तो इस इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के नीचे है ये इंटरनेशनल सोशल सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी। तो इसीलिए स्टेटमेंट टू भी गलत है। सी व्हाई आई एम ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लेन यू ऑल द स्टेटमेंट्स इज you even using the logic also, even if you don't know anything, just by using logic and common sense, prelims में आप बहुत क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। तो just to make you aware of these things only, I'm just trying to solve in different type of methods. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे करेक्ट आंसर क्या होगा? करेक्ट आंसर इज ये वन ओनली। एक्चुअली ये क्वेश्चन हमने क्यों पूछा, बिकॉज रिसेंटली क्या हुआ कि एक समिट हुआ बिटवीन द ब्रिक्स एंड द इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड आईएसएसए। इन तीनों मिलकर ये समिट किया है। ओके, इट्स एम्प्लॉयमेंट वर्किंग ग्रुप मीटिंग। इट्स ब्रिक्स, ये है ब्रिक्स का समिट और इसमें आईएलओ और आईएसएसए भी पार्टिसिपेट किया है। ठीक है, सो दैट इज व्हाई इट वाज न्यूज़ रिसेंटली। तो इस 2021 का ब्रिक्स प्रेसिडेंसी किस कंट्री के पास है? इंडिया के पास है। ब्रिक्स प्रेसिडेंसी फॉर 2021 इज विथ इंडिया। ठीक है। सो व्हाट इज ब्रिक्स स्टैंड फॉर? ब्रिक्स स्टैंड फॉर ब्राजील, रशिया, इंडिया, चाइना एंड साउथ अफ्रीका। साउथ अफ्रीका, ठीक है। दीज आर द फाइव ब्रिक्स कंट्रीज। तो यहाँ पे इंटरनेशनल सोशल सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी, तो ये इंटरनेशनल सोशल सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी है, इट इज द वर्ल्ड्स लीडिंग इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर सोशल सिक्योरिटी। ठीक है। सोशल सिक्योरिटी इंस्टीट्यूशंस, गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स एंड एजेंसी। ठीक है। सो फॉर एग्जांपल, इंडिया में एक सोशल सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी हम बोल सकते हैं ईपीएफओ, एम्प्लॉयमेंट प्रोविडेंट फंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। ये है एक सोशल सिक्योरिटी का एग्जांपल। और सोशल सिक्योरिटी के लिए ही गवर्नमेंट बहुत स्कीम्स लॉन्च करते हैं, द पेंशन स्कीम्स एंड ऑल। दिस इज फॉर द सोशल सिक्योरिटी ऑफ द सिटीजन्स। ठीक है। And this ISSA, it promotes excellence in social security administration through professional guidance, expert knowledge, service and support to enable its members to develop dynamic social security systems and policy throughout the world. It was founded in 1947 under ILO. मैंने already पता है, it was founded under ILO and the headquarters है Geneva, Switzerland में, in the International Labour Office. ठीक है। चलो, चलिए हम चलते हैं अगली क्वेश्चन की तरफ। सेकंड क्वेश्चन, consider the following statements with respect to the Housing Finance Corporation HFCs. So HFCs के बारे में क्वेश्चन पूछा है। First one, HFCs are NBFCs having 50% assets as housing loans, of which 75% are individual home buyers. It is regulated by the National Housing Bank. Okay, these are the two statements given. यहाँ पे हमको incorrect statements choose करना है। याद करिए, this is the confusion which examiner will create. Here we have to choose the incorrect statement, because correct and incorrect, this term can completely change the answer. ठीक है। So, so if you see यहाँ पे, the first statement says HFCs are NBFCs having 50% asset as housing loans, of which 75% are individual home buyers. This is the right statement. This is the right statement. ठीक है। Second one, it is regulated by the National Housing Bank. This is a wrong statement, because if you have been following the current affairs, तो recently क्या हुआ, the housing companies, housing companies are not growing as fast as the normal banks. क्योंकि क्या हो रहा है कि because of the pandemic and everything in the last few years, the interest rates have reduced. The repo rate is reduced by the RBI, and subsequently क्या हुआ कि even MCLR rate, the marginal cost based lending rate, they were reduced by the RBI. जब RBI interest rates को reduce किया है, banks started lending at a much lower rate. Banks started lending at a much lower rate. ठीक है। तो क्या हुआ कि most of the customers are now going to the banks rather than the housing finance companies. Housing finance companies, because housing finance companies initially they were under the National Housing Bank, but all the banks are under the RBI, right? So because RBI reduced interest rates, banks were able to reduce the interest rates. लेकिन housing finance commission companies were under the National Housing Bank. ठीक है। नेशनल हाउसिंग बैंक ने इंटरेस्ट रेट्स को रिड्यूस नहीं किया है कंपेयर टू दैट ऑफ आरबीआई, तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे कस्टमर बेस रिड्यूस हो गया। तो इसीलिए किया हुआ कि रिसेंटली इसको भी सॉर्ट आउट करने के लिए हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनीज को अभी इट वाज ब्रॉट अंडर द आरबीआई, इट इज नाउ रेगुलेटेड बाय द आरबीआई ओनली। ठीक है। तो हियर हमको इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट पूछा है, इन दोनों में इनकरेक्ट क्या है? सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट वन, सो बी टू ओनली इज द राइट आंसर। Okay, now we'll see some more information about the National Housing Finance Companies, NFCs, HFCs, sorry, Housing Finance Companies, HFCs. The HFCs are specialized non-banking financial finance companies. So HFCs are a type of NBFCs, you can say. It's a type of NBFCs, but the thing is that their lending is mostly catered towards the housing needs. They lend mostly house construct करने के लिए. So to qualify as HFC, NBFC must have 50% asset as housing loan, and out of the 50%, 75% of loans should be given for individual home buyers. Individual home buyers, आम जनता के लिए. The RBI took over the powers of regulation of HFC from the National Housing Bank in 2019. तो इसीलिए वो न्यूज़ में है। ठीक है। So this is about the housing finance companies. So see, this is how UPSC can mix the current and the static statements and ask a question directly on those concepts. ठीक है। तो चलिए चलते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ। Mount Pumori, sometimes seen in the news, is located on A. India Afghanistan border, B. Nepal China border, C. Bangladesh Myanmar border, and D. France Spain border. Here we have to choose the correct answer. And Mount Pamori is actually located on the border of Nepal and China. So option B is the right answer. So why this was in news recently? Because recently क्या हुआ कि two Indian women mountaineers, Baljit Kaur of Himachal Pradesh and Gumbala Sharma of Rajasthan, they have defied all the odds. They have defied all the odds, and they became first Indian woman to summit Mount Pumori. These mountaineers, they are part of the 12-member team that will attempt to conquer all four peaks that are part of the Everest Massif. तो there are four mountains and इन चार mountains को combine करके हम बोलते हैं एवरेस्ट मैसिव तो Everest Massif means four mountains combined, and those four mountains are Mount Nuptse, Mount Pumori, Mount Lhotse, and the Mount Everest. इन चार mountains को मिलके हम बोलते हैं Everest Massif. ठीक है? And if you want some more information about Mount Pumori, it is a mountain on Nepal-China border in the Mahalangur section of the Himalayas. 7,161 meters lying in the Khumbu region of Nepal. Okay? So remember Mount Pumori is on the Nepal-China border and it is one of the four Everest massive. ठीक है चलो अब चलते हैं फोर्थ क्वेश्चन की तरफ अगले क्वेश्चन so this question basically it is from so you can say it is from basic biology or even current affairs also see these days क्या हो रहा है कि साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी करंट अफेयर्स दोनों को एक्चुअली कंबाइन करके दे रहे हैं तो इसीलिए इस क्वेश्चन को हमने भी पूछा है तो रिसेंटली क्या हुआ कि देयर इज अ गाइडलाइन फॉर WHO based on sodium so we have asked this question so consider the following statements the first statement sodium is necessary to maintain normal cell metabolism and healthy plasma second statement excess dietary sodium intake increases blood pressure and consequently increases cardiovascular diseases you have to choose the correct answer okay so the first one, sodium is necessary to maintain normal cell metabolism and a healthy plasma. This is the right statement. This is the right statement. Sodium is actually very important for our body. Sodium, that is the reason actually, no, लोग बोलते हैं salt, नमक is very much important. नमक to a certain extent is very much important. अगर उसका लिमिट ज्यादा है, अगर हम ज्यादा ले रहे हैं, then वो नमक क्या करते हैं? नमक की वजह से cardiovascular disease आते हैं, like the blood pressure, like the heart attacks and other things. ठीक है तो यहाँ पे second statement says the same thing. Excess dietary sodium intake increases blood pressure and consequently increases the risk of cardiovascular disease. So this is also right statement. So both one and two are the right answer. So this question actually, no one can predict such questions. It's a direct question that was asked and just based on our common sense and common knowledge, we have to answer such questions. Actually, why we picked this question is, तो क्या हुआ? Yeah. तो क्या हुआ तो रिसेंटली एक WHO ने कुछ गाइडलाइंस रिलीज किया WHO ने कुछ गाइडलाइंस रिलीज किया रिगार्डिंग दिस सोडियम बेंचमार्क्स ओके सो WHO ने रिकमेंड किया कि डेली इनटेक ऑफ सोडियम should be about 5 grams for most people okay it is a recommended intake no you should not take more than 5 grams sodium is necessary to maintain normal cell metabolism and healthy plasma and improves the nervous system तो nervous system के लिए भी sodium is बहुत बहुत important है sodium is generally found in the salts ठीक है उसको जनरली if you see the normal rock salt it is pure sodium अगर उसको थोड़ा ट्रीटमेंट किया तो it becomes iodized salt ठीक है आयोडीन भी ऐड करते हैं so, the next one, it is found naturally in range of foods like meat, dairy. However, it's present in very high amounts in the processed food like snack, bread contaminants. Because normally the sodium is added, the sodium is added to the fast foods and all. In order to increase their shelf life. In order to increase their shelf life. घर में भी आप देखा होगा जब भी pickles, mothers make pickles. When they make pickles, they will add a bit more salt so that to increase their shelf life. ठीक है And excess dietary sodium intake increases BP and cardiovascular diseases. It is estimated that 2.5 million deaths could be prevented globally if salt consumption is reduced because इनकी वजह से ही cardiovascular diseases are increasing, blood pressure is increasing, and heart attack rates are increasing because of the modern lifestyle foods. Because modern lifestyle foods क्या है? Most of the foods are processed foods, and इस processed foods में sodium बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं. ठीक है, चलो हम चलते हैं अगली क्वेश्चन की तरफ. The next question is with regarding to the red sanders. The red sanders sometimes seen in the news. Okay, the first statement, it's a previous year question, it's a 2016 question. First statement is it is a tree species found in part of southern India. Second statement, it is one of the most important trees in the tropical rain areas of South India. You have to choose the correct answer. So A one only, B two only, C both one and two, and D neither one nor two. So if you see the red sanders, basically this tree, it's a very famous tree and it's a very rare tree. It's a very rare tree. So there is a lot of red sanders smuggling that happens in South India, especially in the Nallamala region of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. This happens very frequently and on a much larger scale. And most of you might have heard about this smuggler Veerappan. He is famous for this smuggling only. He used to smuggle these red sanders from the Andhra Pradesh, Telangana region and the Tamil Nadu region. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे if you see it's a tree species found in part of South India. This is the right statement. And the second statement, if you see, it is one of the most important trees in the tropical rainforest areas. So this statement is wrong. If you see, the first statement is right, South India, but if you see the second statement, it says that it is found in tropical rainforest, but it is not right because it is found in the tropical deciduous forest. In South India, we don't find that tropical rainforest. The tropical rainforest can be found near to the equator, like in the Andaman region and Indonesia region. So all that region, just you can say 5 to 10 degrees near to the equator, not beyond that. So in South India, we don't have this tropical rainforest. So easily, this statement will be wrong, and A1 only is the right answer. A1 only is the right answer. So some more information about this red sanders. So this red sanders has a highly restrictive distribution in the southeastern portion of Indian peninsula. So as I said, it is mostly found in the eastern Ghats from Andhra Pradesh to Tamil Nadu. So it occurs mostly in the south tropical dry deciduous forest, south tropical dry deciduous forest, and it is generally found at altitudes of 150 to 900 meters. It grows on dry, hilly, often rocky ground, and occasionally found on precipitous hillsides also. Okay, it prefers lateric and gravy soil and cannot tolerate water logging. Okay, so these are broadly the major characteristics of this red sanders. ठीक है, तो that's it friends. ये है आज का 5 questions. And if you want the solutions of the 5 questions in the PDF format, do join the Telegram group whose description I've given in the description. ठीक है, तो join a Telegram group to get the solutions, and also join the Telegram group to find the summaries of the Vision Prelims Test Series and Vision PD 312. ठीक है, तो चलिए फ्रेंड्स, कल मिलते हैं with 5 more questions. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind. Thank you.